being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven. Okay, I really don't.
Y'all hear that? Not my words, his. Yo, you tuning into the Notion Podcast. I'm your host, Dspill, and you are tuning in to Outlawed Opinions. I wanted to cover this. I thought this was funny. I ain't going to waste y'all time for too long. Hopefully you get a laugh out of it like I did. Donnie Doobad right here, obviously he's on Air Force One, loving life. And, sometimes you just got to laugh. You can't take people so serious, but then at the same time, you probably should take somebody like this serious because they are commander in chief. But just listen to this, okay? I just want y'all to just listen, man. Just listen to this, and I'll give my commentary, and then I'll leave y'all alone, man.
I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven. Okay, I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven, but I've made life a lot better for a lot of people. And as an example, had the election of 2020 not been rigged, you would have millions of people living just in Russia, Ukraine alone.
Listen, y'all. I've said it before, and I'll repeat myself, which I don't like doing. I am independent. When it comes to these politics, I am independent. However, this current administration is wow. They are head scratchers for real. And the thing that I find interesting about Donnie Doobad right here is that one thing that I understand about a lot of elements of this political party is they can't have too many conversations and interviews without taking shots at the other side. That's got to be a terrible way to live. I would not want to spend the majority of my conversations, interviews, podcasts, or anything that I'm interacting with and enjoying or just doing as far as work, bringing up people I don't like and bringing up the opposing side or the counterpart of my side that is in disagreement with what I have going on. I would want the focus to be on me and the good things that I'm doing and what I'm contributing to whatever it is I'm working on. It's got to be a terrible way to live when all of your conversations and your talking points eventually have to veer off into taking a shot at the other side. It's weird. I've never heard of champions talking about the people they beat. You won. You got back in office. Why are you still talking about the people that you beat? I don't understand it, but I'll keep it going.
That would have never happened, and it didn't happen for 4 years. And I knew Putin very well. It was the apple of his eye, all the things I've said.
The apple of his eye. The president of the United States was the apple of Vladimir Putin's eye. Not my words, his. Usually the apple of your eye is like your wife, your daughter, somebody close to you that's precious that you want to protect and be there for. So that's a little interesting that would be the choice of words from the commander in chief, aka Donnie Doobad. But let's keep it going.
It never happened. We had an incompetent administration. We had an incompetent president. And because of a crooked election, millions of people are dead. And by the way, the Israeli thing was much harder to get settled because of the past administration. Okay?
Now, let me ask y'all a question real quick, okay? I'm gonna get personal with y'all, all right? Now, he basically said that, everything was bad, everything was terrible and all this other stuff. And it was the other administration and the election was rigged. I want y'all to hear the contradiction of what he's saying. Now, just curious, all right, for you guys that are into the Bible and super Christians. Everybody's a Christian now, that this current administration is back in office, right? So let me ask you, Christians, and let me ask you supporters of whatever it is that you support. Would you believe any word that comes out of somebody's mouth that doesn't believe that they probably won't make it into heaven? Okay, now that you've answered that question, isn't that concerning? Have you ever heard a good person say that they don't deserve good things? Now, heaven, for those that are into the Bible, that know the Bible or have read the Bible, that is the number one, right, thing that you want your soul to experience. You don't want to be in the other place, right? But isn't that interesting for somebody to say that? Now, I did find it interesting that he said, well, in so many words, he was saying that, he's experiencing heaven on earth. I bet you are, because a lot of people are going through hell while you're enjoying your heaven on earth. Not just my words. I mean, I almost did a video on it because it damn near made me want to shed a tear when I seen a whole bunch of those. It was a whole bunch of MAGA supporters when he started cutting all the medical benefits, and it was people that had tubes in their nose, and he's like, he cut our benefits, and some of my friends, they needed that, and they're probably not even going to make it after a week. That actually was like, damn, man, you like really voted for this dude, but it wasn't my time to be like, that's what you get for voting for the guy. I was just like, damn, imagine putting your faith into someone like that, and then they put your life on the line like it's nothing. They go to sleep just fine with 2 blankets and a fan on high while you're trying to figure out if you're going to live or die. It's crazy. Anyways, that's what this dude said. That's what Donnie Dubas said, man. He basically said that, yeah, man, I don't know if I got a seat in the upper room. That's basically what he said. And it's crazy to me. It really is. But I just want you guys to think about that. And before you guys come in the comment section, you took it out of context. You got to add the other 30 minutes of the video. I don't want to hear all of that, man. Listen, no. These are his words, okay? It was almost pretty much a minute-long video. He had plenty of time to have his context right. But I just want you guys to think about that for a minute. Would you take anybody serious that doesn't even believe that they're going to have a seat in heaven? They confidently with a smile said, yeah, I don't think I'm going. Imagine, right, if somebody stole something from you and you're like, yo, man, can I check your car to make sure you didn't steal it? And they were like, yeah, I don't think you want to do that, man. I don't think that's a good idea, man. You're going to be like, yeah, you stole it. Give me my shit back. Excuse my French. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section about this. It made me laugh. Yeah, I thought it was weird, but it was interesting. This guy always says interesting things, Donnie Dubad. Anyways, you've been tuning into the Notion Podcast with your boy, Dizzy Dspill, Outlawed Opinions episode. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And please like and subscribe if this is your first time coming to the channel, and turn the notifications on at the bell so you don't miss any dope content. Until next time, deuces, peace, and be safe, y'all.